Right, the book of Matthew 6 and 20. But lay up for yourself treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust doeth corrupt, and where thieves do not break through nor steal.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, when you're being carnal minded, like someone can come and like lick you down for your things. You know, you build up all this wealth and then you die and leave it and someone else squanders it.
You know why? Because it's corrupt. Right? But how crown will be uncorruptible in the kingdom.
That's right.
Yeah? You could, like you say, you can have money today, you will lose it tomorrow. You can have a beautiful woman today, you will lose it tomorrow.
That's right.
You can have to have the business today, you will lose it tomorrow.
That's the story of my life.
For us,
Bring it out.
but the one that was going to have in the kingdom is uncorruptible. It's listen, who got it forever, man. That's how we should invest in the kingdom. You have to invest in the kingdom, man. Invest in the kingdom. That's what you need to do. Act wap and act here.
This is Daniel chapter 7, verse 18. It says, but the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom and possess the kingdom forever, even forever and ever, and ever, 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 ever.
Liar.
You get the point? You know that one? Forever, forever, ever, ever. Yeah. That's what he's talking about, man. So you can lose everything here, but over there, on the other side, you ain't gonna lose it. You're gonna have it forever, man. You know, you become God. So I'd rather go through what I go through right now. I know it's difficult. Like the one I said in one of his videos, that you're gonna have to learn to be, you need to be accustomed to shame and not be comfortable when you're in the truth. Because even sometimes when you're amongst your family members, a lot of them are making good things, good job and that, and you're the one that always has to struggle.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? But that's good because the Most High is dealing with you, man. Tribulation. Because you have to go through that.
Like I was going to say, when you read the prophecies, it talks about thy gates shall be open continually.
That's right.
And get the forces of the Gentiles.
That's right.
Like, come on, man.
The blessing that you're going to have, I'm going to get that. So guys, let's go through the pain, man. Let's go, whatever the Most High has for us, it's difficult.
That's right.
It's difficult. Like even when you wear that, people look, you can't even step. I mean, sometimes you can step to women, but sometimes when you step to some women, they're looking at you like, what are you talking about with your, what's that? Is that friendly? Come on, man. You know what I'm saying? It's embarrassing, but hey, it's what it is, man. The women that will have the type of, I'm not talking to my brother, the type of women that we have in the kingdom, I'm talking to you too, because
Ecclesiastes chapter 7 verse 23. All this I have proved by wisdom. I said, I will be wise, but it was far from me. That which is far off and exceeding deep. Who can find it? I applied mine heart to know, and to search, and to seek out wisdom, and to reason, and the reason of things, and to know the wickedness of folly, even of folliness and madness. And I found more bitter than death the woman, whose heart is snares and nets, and her hands as bands. Whoso pleaseth power shall escape from her, but the sinner shall be taken by her.
I don't know why you're bringing it, but break it down because it's spiritual.
What I'm saying is at the beginning that we search out wisdom, and we search out wisdom. We know that it's keeping the law, statutes, and the commandments, and rehearsing righteous acts in his time, crying out into the winds and so forth, on gathering together with like-minded brothers and so forth. But then, like you said, women, it could actually mean literally the woman because of the way that she can beguile the man, or it can mean the woman of like come out of her, meaning the philosophies of the philosophy. Because there's a double edge with the woman understanding.
It's spiritual. It's spiritual because you know the Most High is showing us that in this truth, women can be deadly to us. The Most High, I mean, women can be used to take us away from the truth.
That's right.
If I want to take that, because I know it's a double you know,
Yeah,
really.
yeah.
But, you know, so that's part of it. When you come in this truth, man, like if you love women, when you come in this truth, one thing you're gonna have to struggle with is like the fact that the most I would take away that juice that you had in the word. Because in the word I had some sort of juice here. Everywhere I went, there's always a gear for me, you know. There's always a gear that is ready for me.
Right.
But then I'm in the truth, I've been looking.
Get back to the
I've been
point.
checking, look like it seems like that juice is not there anymore. That juice is no longer there, you know what I mean? But it's a good thing. Why? Because then it's good for my salvation. The most I will bring me a woman in time, you know, and then I will deal with her whenever he pleases. You know what I'm saying? He does it why? You speak.
Yeah,
he does it why? Because maybe if I still had that juice, I wouldn't be in the truth right now. So he has to take away that juice because there's no juice right now.
Well, what I was going to say is, you know, there's a saying that we Hebrew Israelites always love to say, the spirit of the prophet is subject to the prophet.
Yeah.
So the spirit of the Jews is subject to the Jews.
Yeah. So the most I take away that juice. Yeah, but sometimes it's very, you feel like, I can't even get carried.
Yeah.
The way women used to look at you in the world, they ain't looking at me like that anymore, man. With my friends and them. But it's good. That's my point. It's good.
It is good.
That's
your head. That's your head.
Yeah, if you keep reading that chapter 7, obviously it talks about
Oh,
who
you
can
Proverbs
find
7.
Ecclesiastes 7. Yeah, if you keep reading that, it's still Solomon, isn't it? Solomon wrote both. But he's saying who can find a virtuous woman in Proverbs 31. And this one's saying only one virtuous man out of 1,000 he found. So it's like the virtuous men that are out there, they're looking for virtuous women, obviously, to go hand in hand. But it's like you're going to come up against women. That's why Romans, Paul says, the unbelieving, is it Romans or Corinthians? Because he says the unbelieving husband and the unbelieving husband can talk to the unbelieving wife, and the unbelieving wife can reason with the unbelieving woman, husband, and then they can convert and be healed. That's the same thing. It's like, because when you come into this thing, you know there's not many virtuous women out here for the virtuous men. You know what I mean?
Right.
Scripture says that the Most High will give a wicked woman to
A wicked man.
And in like manner, it will give a righteous woman to a righteous man. So there's that balance, you know. But seek ye first the kingdom of heaven. And
That's what I'm saying. So
added on.
my point is this: all of that is being taken away from you because the Most High wants you to focus on one thing. Yeah.
That's why he did it.
That's why he has to focus on one thing, man. So you'll be boring. You will lose your touch. You will lose like that little sweet thing that you had in the past. You know what I'm saying? But it's good because at the end, it will be beneficial to you because then you will focus on. See, when you're lonely in this world, yeah, as a prophet, it's a blessing. When the Most High makes you lonely as a prophet in this world, it's a blessing because you will focus. You will learn to trust only Him. Because if you had so much power to make money and that, you make money easily. That's
Ecclesiastic that says that about the woman that has a husband, she's bound to her husband, but the woman that's on single, she's bound to the father, isn't it? So she grows more spiritual.
And the point I wanted to make was that the power we serve, Yahweh power that we serve, is a jealous God.
Oh man,
Very jealous, right? So he likens us to an adulterous woman, meaning that we put other things in front of him. We put women, we put money, we put other things in front of him. So he wants us to serve him in all sincerity and all truth, with all our heart and soul. And that's basically why we're in this condition, because we chose not to do that.
Yeah, it's the book of Colossians, chapter 3, verse 5.
Read out.
And it reads, "Mortify therefore your members which are upon the earth."
Mortify your members. That's like keeping yourself in check. You know, and like the brother was saying, the Most High would strip certain things from you so that you can mortify your members. You know, like You know, you can be in the world wanting certain things, then you come into the truth and the devil's trying to take you out the truth by giving you the things that you want in the world.
Desires.
You know what I'm saying?
Fornication, uncleanness, inordinate affections, evil concupiscences, and covetousness, which is idolatry. Verse 6, for which things sake the wrath of God cometh on the children of disobedience.
If you don't really renew your mind and try and be that new man, this is what you got looking forward to. But at the end of the day, you're still acting worldly.
Verse 7, in the which ye also walked sometime when ye lived in them.
And that's how we were when we was in the world. So you can't really have that one foot in, one foot out, you know.
And then something like that. That's how that guy, what's his name, Ash. Just putting him because his name is out there. When he first came out, it was like, you have to, love. You have to love our people. And I was like, we love our people, but we have to keep the law. It's always when they want to leave the truth that they come down, yeah, you don't love me. There's no much love. No, there is love in Israel, but then we need to keep the law.
That's what love means.
All right? You have to keep the law, man. You can't be like, oh, why are you judging me? There's no love. Brother, if I'm not telling you that you're wrong, how am I loving you?
That's his love too. No, but when you spend a secret love.
Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart. Thou shalt otherwise rebuke thy neighbor.
So it's because I love you. I want to see
Suffer not
you
sin
grow.
upon him.
That I have to come to say, brother, what you did is not right. And I expect you to tell me as well when I'm wrong, man. How am I going to do it?
That's how we go.
You know what I mean?
That's why the scripture says, if you hate your brother in your heart, you're a murderer. The Bible says the way of
right.
death.
That's right.
So if I'm not correcting you on something, then that point, the end goal is death.
If you see me in a situation and you look at me, you don't say nothing. Man, you're gonna wish me no reason.
Ezekiel, man. Come on, Ezekiel.
Blood's gonna be
Blood's on your hands.
No, that's how dangerous it is. That's why when you see a brother in a situation, obviously there is a time and a place.
and a way to say it too.
There's a way to say it.
That too.
Leviticus 5 and 1. Which says, if you see a stone, so spare him, spare him.
Right? So there's a way of doing it. There's a time to say it. Right? But nevertheless, you must say it. You must tell the brother. So the brother can grow.
No, I'm not
Very
saying.
important.
You're being over righteous, or
Well,
It's how you bring it out. Yeah. Like some people say things with pride and it is being over-righteous. Like not trying to have no understanding in how they bring up the word. But yeah.
But right now, I'm going to say Shalak Rayam.
Shalak Rayam.
I'm not being over righteous by saying Shalak
Shalak
Rayam.
Rayam.
You know what I'm saying? I saw something.
Yeah, I pray out there every time I can.
Book of Colossians chapter 3 and verse 8. But now ye also put off all these anger, wrath, malice, blasphemy, filthy communication out of your mouth. Verse 9.
And that's part of us renewing our mind.
That's right.
Coming out of the world and coming into being abiding in Yahweh Shai.
Verse 9. Lie not one to another, seeing that ye have put off the old man with his deeds. Verse 10. And have put on the new man, which is renewed in knowledge, after the image of him that created him.
That's right.
Yeah. So that's what it's saying. We have to put off the old man and renew our mind. Come back to our way of life, really. And we do that by searching the scriptures and applying what we see. That's go.
Like these Benjamin brothers that came earlier and say like, oh, I can't bear with the Bible, I can't take the Bible. But then you will be in the condition of the dead forever, because the only way for us to make it is, look, there's been the Pan-Africanism, what did he teach us? Let's go back to Africa in our ways.
But nobody went back.
Nobody went back. I'm from Africa and I don't want to go back. So when I say go back, I mean like the ways and the culture and the worshipping of of idol. I don't want to worship idol.
That's right.
Yeah? So my spirit want to worship one God.
That's
so I
right.
recognize this one. That's one. Second, you want us to go into Egyptology. Egyptology is nothing but idolatry, worshiping of other God or male God, right? What else do you want us to do? We did that's full circle. When our people didn't draw following all those things that people say we should swear by or should follow. So the only thing now, that's not the Bible, because it's proven, and you can see our plight in the Bible. You can see our suffering. You can see why we went into slavery and why we're into that condition. Don't you think that would be a guide for us?
That's Deuteronomy 28.
And you know what?
That would be a guide for us, man.
Like when they tell us to go into Egypt and all of that, there's never really no solution. You don't really see them out here teaching their people like, boy, do this or do that for us to better ourselves.
They're talking about, it's not practical knowledge.
It's not.
Yeah. This one is practical knowledge.
Exactly.
Yes, yes.
This one is practical knowledge.
That's right.
Yeah? When you learn that one, you change, man.
Because you don't really see them out on the street like saying, like, all they want to do is go and look at pyramids and
they want to go to Africa to
And then
buy.
argue who built them.
like,
That was Anta, the King Anta, Manata. That is up. When you pick the Anta, like, what? Talk about
and your people still suffering, man.
Please, man, like, we're not going there. We're not going there. We're tired, basically. Galatians
16, then 26.
Oh, 16 to 26. All right. This is the book of Galatians, chapter 5, verses 16 to 26, and I'll start at 16. This I say then, walk in the Spirit, and ye shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh.
Yeah, keep the commandments, man. Rehearse the righteous acts and you won't fulfill the lust of the flesh.
For the flesh lusteth against the Spirit, and the Spirit against the flesh.
That's like when Paul says, you know, the things that I want to do, I don't do. The things that, you know, yeah.
And these are contrary the one to the other, so that you cannot do the things that you would.
And if you even not even trying to renew your mind, you're going to go back into the world. Because like the brother said, these things are contrary. Yeah? You can't serve two masters at the end of the day.
Yeah, and that's why you get to the point where, because you didn't work on it, you get to the point where you have to find an excuse. You're like, no, I'm leaving the world because the Hebrew Israelite, this camp is like that. No. Listen, you will never find a perfect camp, man. Draw, like I say, work on your salvation, like, work on yourself, man. Draw. Be the change. Don't expect people to change you. Be the change, you know? And grow, man.
Apply yourself to what you know is
day by
right.
day. It's not easy, but apply yourself until you get to that place where you're a man. But that's what, that ultimately, the most I want to turn us into ancient men before. That's why sometimes when we talk to women, they're kind of like, why are you talking to them? They're super, because the men don't talk to them like that. The men don't kill them, but us, we come in with our spirit. We're not being rude or everything, but we have to let you listen. You need to know your place, man.
That's right.
Know your place. And that's among other things, you know. You have to become men, you know. You have to become men.
Verse 18. But if ye be led of the Spirit, ye are not under the law. Verse 19.
Yeah, because you're going to be keeping the law. Remember we read, well, we know that the law is spiritual.
Verse 19. Now the works of the flesh are manifest, which are these: adultery.
And you notice it keeps going back to the same thing. Yeah? So this is why you know that you're not really trying to renew your mind if you keep falling into these same things.
And I just bring it out because it's Romans, yeah? Paul says the same thing. Romans 7:7.
Bring it out.
What shall we say then? Is law sin? God forbid. Yahweh forbid. Nay, I had not known sin, but by the law.
That's right.
For I had not known lust, except the law had said, thou shalt not covet.
That's
right.
The Lord is perfect,
Converting the soul.
The breakdown basically, saying basically, yeah. Sin is basically so sin is obviously the not keeping the laws, isn't it?
That's right.
It's a transgression of the law. So lusting, if there was no laws, there wouldn't be such thing as lust. You could just do it naturally and you wouldn't even know what lust is.
Basically, Romans 6 and 15, 4 and 15, where there's no law, there's no transgression. Verse 15.
Romans 7 verse 15. For that which I do, I allow not. For what I would, that do I not. But what I hate, that I do.
That's what I find myself doing, man. And we've all been through that. It's like, you know when you're tired, man.
Yeah,
you can't fight it, but the most side, you have mercy. At some point, you fuck it.
And that's that fighting,
exactly. Yeah, it's a battle. It's a battle. You're battling the flesh.
one resists the other.
One resists the other. One's contrary to the other. So verse 19. Now the works of the flesh are manifest, which are these: adultery, fornication, uncleanliness, lasciviousness, Trinidadian is coming out, idolatry, witchcraft.
Yeah, talking about all those adult fornication. Sometimes you want to slap something, but then the law is telling you, my brother will tell you, you want to slap something, but the law is telling you, don't slap it. Let's leave it like that. You know what I'm saying?
Idolatry. Idolatry, witchcraft, hatred, variance, emulations, wrath, strife, seditions, heresies. Verse 21. Envyings, murders, drunkenness, revelings, and such like, of the which I tell you before, as I have also told you in times past, that they which do such things shall not inherit the kingdom of God. Yahweh power.
So if you don't renew your mind, you're just going to fall back into your old man.
That's right.
And it says that they which do such things won't inherit the kingdom.
That's why churches are called house of
Harlots.
The law is not top over there. How are you fighting your flesh? How are you going to fight sin, talking about I'm holy, if you don't rehearse the law? You're lying to yourself. That's why a lot of members are having sex with women, because the women will go to church and then the men, he think logically, so you know that the pastor is not serious. But because we in Babylon, the woman can do whatever she wants in it. So she goes to church, she ends up having sex with one of the choir men. There's a pastor who killed, a Ghanaian pastor who killed his wife. Because his wife was going out with the church, the choir, one of the choir members. He was having it day and night. But when he found out, he had to...
Verse 21. Verse 21. Envying, murders, drunkenness, reveling. Oh no. Salakia Israel. Verse 22. But the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, long-suffering, gentleness, goodness, faith. Verse 23. Meekness, temperance. Against such as there is no law.
But you're not fulfilling the lust of the flesh. You're doing contrary to what the body, what we do in our sinful state.
Long-suffering is very important in truth.
None.
Because Yahweh himself is long-suffering. Yahweh Shai is long-suffering. Us, you have to be long-suffering. So when you have the gift of long-suffering, it's a gift, The fruit of the Spirit, it's a gift.
It's a gift.
When you have long-suffering, you serve every wave, this worldly wave, you serve it, and you ride every madness out there. You have the Spirit in you that makes you
that will keep you in the faith.
Shalom.
Yeah, that will keep you in the faith, man.
verse 24. And they that are Christ, Hamashiach, have crucified the flesh with the affections and lusts. Verse
And
20.
we're not saying that it's easy, but it's something that you have to keep enduring at, innit? That's the long and short of it. But if you're not renewing your mind, you're just going to fall back into your old ways. You're going to fall back into your old ways. Like the brother said, that's why a lot of our people go back into the world.
That's right.
They're not trying to come out of that old man. You're like you're Israelite, but in that old man, that old mind state, you know what I'm saying? You know you're Israel, but you're not actually trying to change.
Verse 25. If we live in the Spirit, let us also walk in the Spirit.
Yeah, man. Like talk, you know they said talk the talk,
Talk the talk and walk the walk.
Yeah. Yeah, hearers of the word
And not hearers.
only.
But
It says deceiving your own self.
that's what you do. Verse 26. Let us not be desirous of vainglory.
And that's what everything is. When you walk in
Carnality.
yeah, it's vainglory, because everything's going to go at the end of the day.
Exactly.
You're going to die and leave it.
They say the fashion of this world shall pass. Everything that you see right now will pass, man.
Bro, what does our say? Seeing that all these things shall come to pass. What manner of persons ought ye to be? Yeah? And before that it talks about the Most High destroying this place with fervent heat.
So what are you fighting for? What are you trying to keep what? To keep a wife? To keep money? To keep whatever?
Your car, your house,
You know?
your job.
Every time you can't leave my baby.
You're not supposed to give your strength unto a woman. So I'm going to say the last verse over again to complete it. Let us not be desirous of vainglory, provoking one another, envying one another.
That's it, vainglory, man. Vainglory.
This is the book of Galatians, chapter 6 and verse 8. For he that soweth to his flesh shall of the flesh reap corruption. For he that soweth to his flesh shall of the flesh reap corruption.
The wages of sin is death.
It's like pouring yourself out and prostituting yourself out.
Right.
And whoredom is obviously dealing with all the idolatries of the
That's right. Yeah. But he that soweth to the Spirit shall of the Spirit reap life everlasting. Lawalaya.
So when you renew your mind, that's what you get. Everlasting life. But
That's right.
being in that old man, that carnal mindset, it's not going to get you nowhere, man. It's not going to get you nowhere.
It's the book of James, chapter 4, verse 4.
Bring it out.
And it reads, Ye adulterers and adulteresses, know ye not that the friendship
And
of
you
the...
notice the same things keep coming up over and over again. You know? Yeah, adultery, fornication, all of these things. Letting you know that
It's a big thing. It's a big thing because in Israel, and that's why the Spirit always, in Israel, adultery and fornication, it's a big thing, man. It's something that we always get ourselves entangled.
Because some of us don't actually know what adultery is or fornication is. Some of us, obviously, we got some generations of generations because they haven't been given the law. They don't know exactly how they're breaking the law.
That's why they're having these songs about.
That's why it says you'll wink at your transgressions and your ignorance. Because when you're ignorant to the truth, once you know the truth, they remain with no more sacrifice for sins after. Because that's the whole point of the prophets getting the blood off their hands. We told you what it was. There's no say we didn't tell. I mean, I didn't told you. I told you so.
Now, obviously, sometimes you can, we in Babylon, sometimes you can fall short. But the most important thing is to remember, and then come to
Proverbs 28, he that currently seeks
That's right.
shall not prosper.
You know what I'm saying? Just get out of it. That's it, man. That's it. Because, hey, listen to me, the reason why as well there's a lot of fornication and so our women are very, in Israel, our women look very good, man.
Yeah.
So, boy, it's very difficult to be. They look very good. have to be strong to be able to surpass the temptation.
This is as a precept on brother says, Ezekiel 16 and verses 48. As I live, saith Yahweh power, Sodom, thy sister, have not done, she nor her daughter, as thou hast done, thou and thy daughters. Behold, this is the iniquity of thy sister's Sodom, pride, fullness of bread, and abundance of idleness was in her and in her daughters, neither did she strengthen the hand of the poor and needy. So, yeah, breaking it down is that the women out here right now, they're teaching their daughters so as well, just to be Sodom like. Harlots, man.
The brother, they were preaching last time, and then you got two women that came. So one said that she's bisexual, another says she's pansexual. She loves everything.
There's even
that's some heavy demon, bro.
There's even a video out there of women twerking in the churches, man, and wearing these skimpy clothes. And
there's the woman that was twerking to us, saying "F us" because we're preaching the word in public. And then
correction as well.
And then those two demons after that, because the brother gave the number, so you know how we give number to sister to teach them. One sister, she called the brother, she said, "Yo, let's meet something. Let's pattern something." What did she say? Let's pattern up something tonight, man. Because tomorrow is a different thing.
Demons.
Wow.
That's some heavy demon.
Wow.
That's
and you're pushing the word in them.
Yeah. That's why in this truth you have to be careful. A woman, look, I could be like that, yo, there's no gap. They will come to me, yo, man, come, let's see each other. And but you fall into a big trap, man. Hey, it's discipline,
it's a snare.
You have to be circumspect in this truth, man.
For real.
You have to be circumspect.
Yeah, it's the book of James, chapter 4, and I'll take it from the top of 4 again. And it reads, "Ye adulterers and adulteresses, know ye not that the friendship of the world is empty?"